Let me say something that might make a few people uncomfortable. Hiring a cheap or generic bookkeeper for your dental practice can actually cost you far more money than you think. Not because they're bad people, not because they're unqualified, not because dentistry is special, but because they just don't have the depth of knowledge needed to help dental practice owners. And today, I want to walk you through why working with non-dental bookkeeper often leads to lower profits, bad data, and poor decisions, even if your books technically look clean. Quick context before we dive in. I am a dental CPA and I work with multiple dental practice owners providing bookkeeping and tax services. On this channel, we share practical, number-based tips to help dentists increase profits and reduce taxes based on what actually happens inside real dental practices. And one of the most common issues I see starts with the wrong bookkeeping foundation. Most dentists assume bookkeeping is just categorizing transactions, reconciling bank accounts, producing a profit and loss statement. Bookkeeping is just bookkeeping. But what they do not realize is bookkeeping is really the language of your business. If that language is wrong, everything built on top of that is wrong as well. Your decisions, your tax planning, your profitability analysis. So let's walk through the real costs. This one surprises people. A non-dental bookkeeper may keep accurate books, but accuracy alone does not create profit visibility. Here is what I see all the time. Dental supplies lumped with lab fees, payroll not broken down properly. When you can't see where profit is leaking, which costs are out of line for dentistry, you can't fix them. And unfixed problems equals lower profit year after year. Poor chart of accounts design. This is one of the biggest hidden problems. Most dental bookkeepers use generic templates or whatever QuickBooks suggested, or what they use for another industry. Dentistry needs clear separation of clinical versus admin payroll, labs versus dental supplies, clear expense groups. A bad chart of account creates useless reports, misleading margins, no benchmark ability. You can't manage what you can't see clearly. When your chart of accounts isn't designed for dentistry, every decision gets harder. Questions like, can I afford another hygienist? What is my EBITDA? How much am I spending on staff versus non-clinical staff? Can I buy this piece of equipment? It becomes a guesswork. Instead of using numbers, gut feeling, bank balance, or advice from someone who doesn't see the whole picture, those can become expensive mistakes. No experience. The other thing you miss out when working with non-specialized bookkeepers is advice based on experience. A non-dental bookkeeper might say, your numbers look fine, but they do not know what overhead should actually look like for a dental practice. What staffing ratios are normal? What lab percentages mean? How much should hygiene produce? Therefore, you do not get pattern recognition, trend warnings, real-world context. You get data without any insights. And data without interpretation doesn't move the business in the right direction. Also, when you work with a non-specialized bookkeeper, they have no understanding of how a dental practice actually works. Dentistry is unique. There are terms like production, collections, provider compensation, doctor dependency. If your bookkeeper doesn't understand how dentistry generates revenue, how cash actually moves, how overhead behaves in this industry, they can't structure your books to support the business. They are recording history, not helping you improve the future. So here's the takeaway. Working with a non-dental bookkeeper might save you money on the invoice, but it often costs you far more in lost profits, bad decisions, missed opportunities. Dentistry needs specialized bookkeeping and not generic accounting. If you want more real-world insights into dental practice numbers, profits, and taxes, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.